I understand these ideas from the East and what the religion is really talking about, and there is so much misconception and misdirection and misunderstanding, and so much is lost in translation, as they say, that if someone were to tell people the stories and explain to them in the right way, they might be able to understand. But oh, the situation here is so difficult. As you know, that you have been told that we are at war with Islam, and for the last 7 years we have been told that there is a global war on Islam, that the enemy is your Muslims and they're everywhere. They're jumping out at you in the dark and they all believe in these secret things. But there's not any Muslims to come and say the truth. And the whole of the world is asking, where in the world is any Muslim? How come there is not a single Muslim in the world who is coming to tell the truth? And all of the Muslims are saying, Islam means peace, Islam means peace. And all the non-Muslims are lying, yeah, shut up. Why are you killing everybody if Islam means peace? Don't give me that crap, you Muslims. You crazy terrorists, towelhead niggers, sand niggers. Go the frack back to your country. I'm saying that because sometimes when people find out that I'm Muslim and they don't understand the truth of everything, they'll tell me to go back home. And it's a little bit sad because as I'm telling you the story in your own words, sometimes I'm told to go back home. And as things had been so dark, there were times on this earth that I sat here and said and cried and said, I have nowhere else to go. It's funny, right? I told you I could crack a joke. But it's true, I got nowhere else to go. Please don't yell at me, people who don't understand the story, and tell me to go the frack back home, because I don't got anywhere else to go. I'm here in the United States of America. I don't have a home. I'm half white, half brown. No country, no language, not knowing where to belong on this planet of Earth. What a mess. And still being here in the United States of America, as fracked up as the whole world is, we still have some pretty amazing, decent rights here in the United States of America, and I'm at least able to speak the word, but I don't know what to say. And so I'm doing things online, and I'm writing a podcast, and I'm doing podcasting and talking to people about strange concepts of pop culture and stories and television, and trying to relate concepts for people. And some people have listened, and some people have heard, and some people have logged on to the hotconflict.com website, and I put videos on YouTube and other forms of communication, and even in some basic messages that I've said, I've seen the sign that over the last couple of years of me trying to do this, I've noticed that more than 100,000 people listened or watched videos that I put on YouTube, and that freaked me out. Just simple things that I did and said, here's an idea about this, and this is what Muslims really think. And 100,000 people have listened, and I thought, wow, this is greater than any time anybody has ever gotten people together. You couldn't grab a bunch of people together and tell them a story and freak them out like you can today. You could go online and say something and have the whole world listen. The whole world could hear the story. If someone were to come and tell the story of the truth and just tell them everything, the whole world could know we're at an amazing time. But where is any Muslim to come and say the truth? No one was there. And people were waiting for signs. And saying, what's going to happen? We're at a state where the East and West looks like it's going to clash. Nobody even understands Islam, and a lot of people who falsely use the name Islam are causing destruction, and people who don't understand the truth of the light are fighting amongst ourselves. And America is engaged in this global war on terror, not being able to clearly define who the enemy is or what it is we're fighting for, because we have all been confused and misdirected about the truth of the story. And I'm not making a political speech, and I have no point of view on policy other than to remind everybody that we should be searching for the light and a sign. So many of those who call themselves Muslims, when we talk, like our families, we ask different types of questions, and we say, what is it that you're seeing? We are living in strange times. Weird things are happening. Right? Some catastrophes could be coming. What's going on? Are we at the end of days? And everyone is making all kinds of bold claims. And I told you, we're going to reveal a lot to you, but not everything. I'm not going to talk about the future. Already this story has taken too long, so I'm not going to talk about the future. But if I'm saying to you that I know the story of the truth of the light, and that we have been given the final prophet, and that all prophets in this story were told of the signs to come of other prophets so they could recognize the story, and that anyone who hears the story should recognize it, that the final prophet would have told us also what is to come. And so, of course, as someone who has been blessed with understanding of the light, I have what is available to anybody who searches of what is to come in the future. And at this point, I will make a warning and prove that which I claim. Unlike any other soothsayer or fortune teller, the sign that will be given when somebody speaks the truth is greater than anything you can imagine. And so many people of the Muslims are debating strange issues and talking, what's happening to the Muslims in the West? Will someone reveal the truth and make people understand? Well, eventually, some days, the sun rises in the West as a metaphor, and people will know the story of the truth of the light. And these are strange concepts. And so I'm talking to my family, and once in a while we get together, and as I said, my sister's nephews and nieces and different people, we always talk and get together and talk about the story. And so I have been working on this for the last few years, trying to figure out the truth of what to say in the English language. And I have been looking for a sign and not being able to understand what is the truth. Now we said if we understand the fundamental, we must say that there is only one God. And that has always been the fundamental in the story of the truth of the light. All of us are sons of Adam, and no one is superior to another son of Adam. Now God told us the fundamentals, which are there are angels made of the light that have free will. They don't disobey the commandments of their Lord. There are jinns and other races that were created before Adam. And they have various natures and descriptions, and we can go through that again. You can go back. And that God made Adam, and Adam was told that he is the most superior of races. And that God taught Adam the word. And that Adam was told, as I am telling you, that there will be coming future generations and prophets bearing the word and the revelation of the books. And all of the people who say we believe in the truth believe in all the fundamentals, that we as sons of Adam live and die, and one day we will be raised by the Lord Most High and judged for our actions. And depending on our faith and our actions, we will be rewarded and punished in the eternity of heaven and hell. And the descriptions of these things we have talked about from the beginning of this story. As we said, the story can't change. But we said in the United States of America that they had forgotten a fundamental point in the story between light versus darkness, and that sons of Adam had been enslaved, and this was a terrible stain on our nation. But if someone were ever to come and tell the story of the truth of the light to a people, then there must be a sign that precedes it that is amazing. If a group of people is ever to get the truth of what we call al-Islam, the truth of the light, if a people is ever to have revealed in their own language the truth of the light, a sign must come to that nation that is clear. And so, without any further ado, I am claiming very clearly, because that fact that the Lord is the Most High and planner of all things, that before this Western world could hear the truth of the story that I am telling you, a sign from the Lord Most High must be established on the face of the earth. What is that sign? It must be amazing and dramatic, and it must be incredible. Well, if you understand the whole tale as I'm telling it to you, you are wondering how it is that I'm expressing to you this fantastic journey, then every single part of it must be able to fit perfectly. So now I am about to reveal to you the story of the truth of a man that you all have heard of. His name is Barack Hussein Obama. What is the truth about our future president-elect? It's going to get weird.